Really, he's talking about as if the man's driving his kids to school or something. The
No, no,
geezer's
no, but
actually.
Khan,
Let me finish
it's
my
not a
point. Let me
random
finish my
stop
point.
though, isn't it? It's not a
No,
random
because the
stop where
guy is
some cops have
actually
seen him. Now,
dumping.
a
He's
whole team of
deliberately
people has been
dumping a
following him.
vehicle.
Yeah,
He's
but listen, a
deliberately
whole team
taking.
of people have been
But you're not
following him
listening
or
to what I'm
following the
saying to you.
vehicle.
If you're taking a vehicle to dump a vehicle because it's been involved in a crime, and you definitely don't want to get catch with that vehicle, you ain't going down no routes where police can trap you. Come on, bruv, get real.
All right, you're not listening, right? So the car was involved in a shooting the night before, right? They did not know the identity of the driver when they stopped that car. He was told to get out at least 6 times. He didn't get out. He was blocked in. They actually blocked that car in. He kept moving the car forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. He wouldn't do as he was told. I mean, if you're the policeman that stood there, you don't know if he's still got the sawn off shotgun with him, because that's what was used the night before.
Exactly, Wendy.
Yeah, but Wendy,
exactly.
everything you said is reasons to not shoot someone. You
No,
haven't seen
everything
a
I've
firearm.
said is
You
the
don't know
reason
who
he
the.
shot him. Can't.
Excuse
Everything I
me.
Yeah,
said
but
is the reason why he shot
let him
him.
speak though,
Yes,
Wendy,
but
man.
I'm
Because
saying.
he didn't interrupt you in it. Wait, you lots.
I,
Let each other finish,
Mhm,
yeah? So
mhm,
everyone can hear what each other's saying.
yeah. So my point is, Wendy, everything you said was accurate and true. However, everything you said is a reason to not shoot someone. If you don't know who the person is behind the wheel, number one, you don't shoot them, do you? Saying, oh, this car was involved in a crime. So what if the car was involved in a crime? I could have bought that car half an hour ago. There's not a reason to shoot someone. Right. Secondly, he's not stopping the car. Where's he gonna go? We're on an island. He can't go nowhere. Where's he gonna go? On the M1 heading to Glasgow. Like he can't
Um,
go anywhere. There's no
so
reason
have
to
you ever
shoot someone.
Khan, have you ever stood in front of a car that's
Yeah,
revving and moving forwards and backwards?
listen, I've worked in parking where people try to run me down. You move
So
out the way.
Yeah, but what it was? Hey, listen. Let me just make the point that I was trying to make here was that like why I played the other video of the car trying to ram its way out and the armed police still being able to arrest the people without shooting them was that although the car was moving back and forward, there was still an option for them to smash out the window and hold the gun to him and tell him to stop in it,
Of
because
course.
obviously he would have had to stop then, innit? Like, so he would have been arrested alive. He would have just went to jail, and only his friends would have had a free My Man's t-shirt on. It wouldn't have been like people thinking that they're killing more black people and all that sort of stuff there. Do you know what
so
I'm saying? Like, so
yeah, but
I don't
that's
think
what
it
it
had
was.
the
anything to do with him
policeman,
being black.
no, it wasn't a racist thing. Not at all.
Nothing
No.
to do with being black at all. None of
Yeah,
you
but
are
that's gonna be.
understanding.
You like listen. Did you hear what I said? I said then people won't have anything to say they killed him because they're killing more black people and all that sort of stuff there, because that is one of the complaints that's been made, right? Is that one of the complaints that's been made by people?
So the family of this Chris
Hmm.
tried and fought for his history not to come out. They didn't want the press to know it. They didn't want anyone to know it. They were planning for another George Floyd event. Then when everything came out about this guy, Chris, Chris, unfortunately it didn't quite go their way. But I
Wendy,
don't understand why he just did not get out of the car. You've got armed police
He's
surrounding
trying to get
him.
away.
Wendy,
Well,
you
no,
said
you
that
just get
they.
out the car. You're not going to get
Yeah, but
away
he
Wendy,
in
was
that
trying to get away, innit?
situation.
Wendy, who was
But
planning
that's
another
the same
George
thing with the
Floyd
other
event?
people that have played the video of the people ramming the police car or whatever. Like, they're still just trying to get away, right? But the police ended up smashing the window, taking the people out of the car, and arresting them still. There was
Yeah,
more
but what I
people in the
noticed
back.
about your
There was
video,
this, that,
Velle,
and the other. What's that?
what I noticed about your video, that was done in daylight. This was done They
Yeah.
were following,
Oh,
tracking the car. They were tracking the car because it had been involved in a shooting the night before with a sawn-off shotgun.
but he could see
Now
well
you've
enough
got to
to
remember
shoot him
those
in the
police.
head
Wait,
from
hang on,
behind the
Con.
windscreen.
Wait a minute, Con. Those police don't know if he's still got that shotgun in the car.
Exactly. So you don't shoot him until you see the shotgun.
Well, hang on. So the police stand back and go, right, we'll do as we're
No,
told
no,
in
no, no,
case
no,
you've
no.
got
That's
a
not right.
shotgun in
Yeah.
the car.
Is if when on the video they told him to put his hands on the steering, put his
Yeah,
hands
and he
up.
did.
He put
He
his
did,
hands up. Yeah, put his hands on the steering wheel. Put his hands on the steering wheel. Then he tried to drive off or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? That so in that scenario there, you can still say that the police was kind of sure that he didn't have a firearm, right? Because he put his hands up and then he had his hands on the steering wheel like they told him to. Didn't try to lift up no firearms or nothing. He just tried to drive off and get away. So the same, like the same scenario with the other video I played, the gun police could have smashed the window of the thing, Bob, like the other police was trying to do round the back, because they did smash the back window, but not the driver's window or the passenger side window or whatever. It was like the rear passenger's window that was smashed or whatever. Yeah, they could have smashed that window and accosted him still. Like they still could have, would
How
have, could
many
have, yeah.
police was
But
he
wait,
surrounded by?
listen. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm saying it's still all could have, would have, could have, or whatever, innit? Yeah? But
Yeah.
it's still actual scenarios that could have taken place, innit? It's not like I'm giving you extremely fantastical scenarios that there's no way this could have happened. You need fucking Walt Disney and fairy dust for this shit to be true or whatever. I literally played the video of the exact same scenario that I'm talking about happening. So yeah.
But I still think that once he was surrounded and boxed in,
Perhaps your camera.
he should have just got out of the car. These police weren't messing around.
Yeah,
He could tell. He knew this. They weren't there for the day, to have the day.
I would have got out the car, innit? Yeah. But again,
Exactly.
I'm not a gunman or a gangster or whatever. So I can't tell you what decisions anyone else that's in that scenario would make, whether they would stop, whether they would try to get away, whether they would try to whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like obviously no one actually wants to give themselves up to go to jail, innit? Like most people are going to try to get away, and the majority of criminals are people that are wanted for whatever crime that the police are trying to arrest them for, innit? Like no one commits a crime and then walks themselves to the police station and says, look,
I agree. Yeah, I agree on that point. But 2 weeks before, I've seen a video and he was running around shooting this other guy as though he was in Dodge City. I mean, literally.
Right, but you keep making the points about him being a criminal, yeah?
Yeah.
And like no one keeps making a point to say, no, he wasn't a criminal or he shouldn't have been shot because he wasn't a criminal or any sort of stuff like that. I was not made that point of the argument.
No, I don't think he was shot because he was a criminal. No.
The only point that we keep making, or that I keep making, is that he was unarmed and there was a way that he was able to be, in my opinion, he could have been arrested without being killed.
Wait. You don't think he was shot because he was a criminal, Wendy?
No.
So okay then. So if so, let's
That's
say
obvious.
let's say that you was in that car, yeah. You get me? You was
Yeah.
his car for the night, and for whatever reason, you didn't want to stop for the popo, innit? Maybe you had a Prozac or whatever, or you was a Karen and you didn't feel like you needed to stop for the police. I'm being very dramatic for, you know what I mean, for effect or whatever. But the point being that you could have been in that position, you know what I mean? Because there's been other women, you know what I mean, or whatever, been in a very similar position, you know what I mean? Police tell them to stop, they're not stopping for whatever reason. You see what I'm saying to you, right? So if that was you, and then they decided to shoot you in your head, do you think that would have been justified?
Well, if that had been me and the night before the car I was driving had been involved in a shooting,
right?
With a shotgun,
okay, then.
And if that was me and I was being screamed at
Wendy's
by
doing
armed
drive-bys.
police to get out of
so
the
you
car,
are saying that him being but before you said you don't think that he was shot because he was a criminal.
Well, no, what I mean is I don't think. I know the police have said over and over they did not know the identity of the person who was driving the car when they shot him. When the
They
policeman
can't. They
shot
can't
him.
have known. They can't
That
have
make
known.
so then that
So
could have
all they
okay.
knew was
So
the
that could
car
have
had
been
been
you or I
involved in
then,
a
Wendy. Then
shooting
Could have been any
the
of
night
us. Yeah.
before.
that could have been
Yeah,
okay.
obviously, yeah.
So
The easiest way, yeah, would have been if he would have got out the car and stopped driving in it. But we're agreeing that he was trying to get away in it. Like, so him getting out the car probably is one of the options that's off the table. So I think that's really what the point that Knives is trying to make. Like that he could have been stopped without killing him in it. Like, yeah, he could have got out the car. Yes, everyone agrees with that. But he could have been stopped without killing him in it.
How would you have all felt
Disagrees with that.
if, like, say for instance, the cop had, just like went up to him, smashed the window, blah blah blah, and Chris Carver murdered the policeman? How would you all feel about that?
What with his
Would you
fucking
all be
insides?
lying
what
about
do you
that?
What
mean?
with his teeth? What's he gonna
What
do?
do you
Fight him?
mean? Why are you doing that? Murdered
Well,
him
Probably
how?
just
How
murdered the policeman.
how many police were surrounding them, Babs? How many police was it? Do you know?
I don't know.
Does anyone know how many police
Imagine
were
if
surrounding him?
listen to how mad that scenario was. Imagine if he smashed the police smashed the window, told him to stop, and then he killed the police officer. It's like, what? While the police have got a gun to his head, telling him to stop. Come on, man, let's not
So
really
why
get
didn't
out.
the thing is he was told to stop and he didn't.
Look,
So
that's not the
sorry,
question.
you
The
have to take
question is,
consequences for your
was his killing lawful or unlawful? If it's unlawful, then
All
it's
the rest of this,
murder.
what about it?
It's
It's
obviously
murder.
If we're
lawful
arguing about
because
whether
it's
he's a
been
criminal or
proved
not,
by
yeah,
the
then everyone's
court.
going to be on the same side. He was,
It's
yes, he was a
obviously
criminal or
lawful and it's
whatever.
been proved. So that means then, Bab, does that then mean that any of us could be in a situation like that and lose our life and it will be lawful then?
So
Thing
wait,
is,
hold on a
if I
second.
was in a car
Wait, hold
and
on.
I was told to stop by a policeman, guess
Hold
what
on.
I would
Yeah.
do? I
So
would
you,
stop.
so you accept? Wait, hold on. You
Okay, so
accept
hold on.
decisions made by the court? Wait, Nines. Hold on a sec. Yeah, diversion though. Yeah, so you accept decisions made by the court? Yeah, the courts of the UK. Yeah, all decisions made by the courts are lawful. Yeah, lawful decisions. It's lawful. This is decided by the court. Yeah.
What are you on about, Velle?
It's just
He's
that's what you just
asking
said. Yeah, it's lawful. It's all decided by the court. So everyone's accepts decisions that's made by the court, right?
I don't know. I don't know where you're going with this.
Yeah, you know where I'm going. That Jamal Hijazi's libel case was found Tom Robinson to be guilty,
Oh my
and
God.
he's even pleaded guilty, and you refuse to accept that decision.
Mad.
Right.
Gotcha.
The reason I refuse to
That's a
accept that
Kanye.
decision
Gotcha.
because there was 5 teachers. No, there were 7 teachers there and 5 children. Yeah, and the judge went with the one person that was a proven crack liar. Now, no other court would do that.
Babs.
Because if you're a witness and you've got a record for lying,
Babs, forget all that.
your
Listen.
statements, won't even come into account.
Babs.
And yet his is allowed.
Yeah,
To
it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, we're accepting the court's decision. Yeah, we're accepting the court's decision, innit? Yeah, the officer was found guilty, so and so. Yeah, you're telling us we need to accept the court's decision or whatnot. We're telling you need to accept the court's decision. Now you're giving us all these reasons why you're not.
No. It's a
accepting the court's
totally
decisions.
different scenario.
No, it's not. It's the same thing. You're just not accepting the court's decision.
Scenario.
It's not different.
Yes, it is.
Look, the policeman.
Of course,
right?
you're going to say that,
Listen,
Khan, because you're a fucking little wet wipe.
Can I just finish what I'm saying? The policeman who's on the spot has got the right to make a decision whether to release his firearm or not. He's been trained and he knows the procedure. So he's got his training and he's got the procedure that puts him in the clear if anyone tells him that what he did was unlawful. Now, in this particular situation, they bypassed all of that just by him saying that he was scared for his life. How can you be scared for your life when you're standing to the left of the vehicle with the gun pointed at the side of the man's head? Even if the car's moving, it's not moving towards you personally. So what he then said was, I was scared for the lives of my colleagues. That's what basically bypassed
It's
him
do you know
saying
what?
that.
Yeah.
So
Bypassed
what would you
all
have
his
had him
training.
do, Velle?
Oh
Carl?
shit!
Legally
That's in the back. My
speaking,
bad.
him just saying that one thing bypassed all his training, all the procedure, all the
You can't.
legalities. Everything went out the window. I'm
Can't
done.
listen, yeah.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Listen, yeah. I never spoke to you, yeah, but I was listening to this debate on a black firearms officer, yeah, who didn't agree with the result, yeah, but was giving you the legislation, the reasons why the man was found not guilty and why it wasn't a murder charge, and even why the CPS basically set the family up to fail in the beginning was because if they wanted to really bring
Mm,
a charge against the police officer for the shooting, it would have been a manslaughter charge in it because with a murder charge, you need to prove the premeditation
the
in
burden
the
of proof's
murder
higher. Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
that these man
Oh,
went set out
oh,
to kill. Wait, hold on
Wendy.
a sec, yeah.
Facts.
Hold on, yeah. Because I was just listening to what the man was saying, yeah. Whether I agreed with it or not, innit, I was just trying to take in what the dude was saying, and so I could relay it at another time when we're listening to this, right? So, like I was saying, boom, the man was saying that if they would have got a manslaughter charge brought against my man, then they would have had more chance of getting a guilty verdict in the case because obviously it's easier to prove the manslaughter because, like you're saying, you could have proved that there was other ways of stopping him without killing him than to prove the murder case, in it. Like there's no way. And just in general, yeah, I would tell you this, yeah, for a fact, yeah, the majority of people who heard about this Chris Carver case wasn't expecting a guilty plea in it. Yeah.
Mm,
In
mm,
general, yeah. Most people
yeah.
wasn't expecting a guilty plea anyway, yeah, because there's not been many cases where anyone has been killed by the police, yeah, and they've got a guilty plea unless they've got
All right.
exceptional circumstances where there's no way other way but to find the police officer guilty for the murder, like a Sarah Everard or Michael Carrick or something like that, where it's they've done something heinous, like these
Mm.
situations where the police could have arrested someone or held someone in a chokehold. Do you remember a dude called is it Jimmy Mabenga? Was killed by the police when they arrested him and held him in a chokehold for a certain amount of time and all them sort of stuff there. Do you know what I mean? Like all them sort of scenarios there,
Oh,
bro.
this is
Like there was
ridiculous.
even
But Velle,
You know,
why you can't, wait, hold on a
can
sec,
I
yeah.
just say something, please?
Hold no
Velle,
no one can't speak, bro. We got to set the panels properly. Like when someone's speaking, yeah, don't want to speak over them, innit? Wait for your chance to speak. Like, everyone will get a chance to lay out their point in it, and then they won't get cut over, and then it won't just turn back into like the silly panels, innit? Like we want it to be run properly, innit? Like if people don't want to do that, then you know what time it is. Yeah, but boom, same thing with like someone like John Charles the Menezes, the dude with the flipping chair leg. Enough people here have brought cases against the police for them being apparently murdered in a situation where they haven't had weapons, or the police have had intelligence that they're supposedly bad people or they're about to do something wrong, but it's not the actual person that they was looking for. Yeah, me that. So I don't know why anyone was expecting there to be a guilty plea or whatever, or even why would it be expecting any of these right wingers to be having any sort of sympathy towards anything like to do with Chris Carver and that. Like it would be a surprise if they did have any sort of sympathetic feelings towards something like that. You know what I mean? That's
why?
I
Why
wouldn't
would it?
expect anything
Why
like
would
Yeah,
it be
but
a surprise?
because
Hang on,
we'd expect you not to be sympathetic to any of the
why?
causes that
Why?
we hold
But
dear.
that's what
But you
happened.
never
That is
are.
the outcome.
It's literally every
Hang
single
on.
debate we've
I was
had, every
sympathetic.
single
I was
discussion we've had,
sympathetic towards
every single
John
discussion
Charles
we've had, yeah.
Menzies. John
No, I'm
Charles
saying
Menzies.
like,
hold on,
I didn't
Yeah,
have
I
a
was talking
he
problem
was
about
with
Chris
that.
innocent
Carver,
though,
innit?
weren't he?
I was talking about Chris Carver, innit? I was
Yeah,
talking
well,
about
Chris
Chris Carver, innit?
Carver, if that's the levels that you and the other people on here who consider themselves black like Khan, want to say represents them, that's
No, I
fine.
can't.
But I don't think that
but
they
that's not-
represent all black
that's a
people.
straw
He
man, innit?
represents all black
You can
people.
finish.
You never heard no one say
Yeah,
that
no
he
one ever said
represents
that, innit?
shit. So
Exactly.
don't come in with your bullshit.
No one ever said
Have
that.
you
That was a
even
lie.
said
I
it?
never
Call in and
This
start
bullshit.
your bullshit, man.
No one
Don't
actually
do
said
it.
that.
Well, it ain't
No one.
bullshit. You're sticking
Don't
up for
do
that
it.
level.
It is.
That's
Who
the
did you
levels
hear?
you're at.
Who did
No,
you
it's not.
hear
No one's
say
not
up here
sticking
that
up for
he
any
represents
crimes
us?
or anyone
Who did
being
you
a
hear
criminal.
say that?
Sorry,
Who?
No
Belly.
one ever
Good
said
evening,
that at all.
Belly. Good evening,
Who
Belly.
did you
Yeah,
hear up here
well
say that,
Captain.
my girl?
Oh, God, you, bro.
You
Literally, no one
always
said that.
fight. You're so easy. Woof
Oh,
woof.
you're a
Can I
dickhead, man. Don't come
hold
here and
on?
play your bullshit, man. Seriously, fuck
And
off
Sorry,
with
Well,
can
that.
I
sorry,
just
so
say
sorry.
something
by
quick?
say, wait, hold on a second. Then by making
Yeah?
a statement like that, then is that admitting that no one said that? Then is that what you're saying? By
I
saying, oh, you
said,
bit them.
if, do you understand the English language? If the other black people in here, including people like Khan,
Bollocks.
want to be at that
Bollocks.
level and say that
Stop
that man
coming. You,
represents
as
their
soon
level,
as you
that's up
come,
to
you come with
them.
your finessing
Nice,
bullshit.
nice,
Like,
nice,
fuck off,
nice.
man.
You gotta let her
It
finish
is-
though, yeah. You gotta let her
Alright,
finish. No
Biggie.
cutting, and then
Sorry,
make
Biggie.
your point.
Alright.
Sorry,
But you didn't say no if. Yeah?
I did.
So don't
I said
fucking
if.
remix in fucking
Go back
nanoseconds,
and
my
replay
girl.
it. I said
Yeah,
if.
she did it. She did say it.
Fucking lying, man.
Anyway, that's your
Babs,
opinion. We're
Babs,
talking
you
about
don't back up
facts. We're
nothing.
Yeah?
talking
Babs.
about
And
facts today.
Benny, yeah? I didn't expect you to stick
Oh
up
my
for
gosh.
Peter Lynch or any of your other little cohorts on here to stick up for Peter Lynch. Yeah?
Why would I?
So you can't turn around and say fuck all, Benny, because you are exactly
Why would
the
I then?
same.
So it's tit for
Why
tat,
would I
Babs.
stick
Is
up
that
for
what you're
Peter
saying?
Lynch? He was in jail for a
Anyway,
crime that he committed and then
big
took
up,
his own
Belly.
life. Like,
Yo,
what
G-Block.
was there to
Yo,
stick up
G-Block.
for?
Oh
That don't
my
make sense.
God. See?
Yo,
So it's
G-Block.
alright
But what's
to
oh my
say
god about that? What did I like? Wait, hold on a sec, yeah. What did I say that was bad? Wait, hold on a sec, yeah. What did I say that was bad or wrong?
A lot worse crime
Lay out
than the
something that I
other.
said that was bad or wrong.
Babs, tell them what was
Idiot.
bad. Tell them.
Hey, yeah, Babs, tell me what I said that was wrong or bad in what my statement was.
What do you mean?
I said that he committed a crime, he went to jail, and then he took his own life. Why do I have to feel sorry for him?
Oh,
What's wrong or
oh,
bad
what?
about
So
what
you
I
can't
said?
turn around and say, "Oh, it's wrong." His sentence was far too long. And I heard you
No,
say the
I
other
don't think
day
his sentence was
something
far too
other
long or
about,
whatever.
oh, you little right wingers, blaming the government. It's like you always say about little right wingers. For one, I'm not a little right winger, Belly. Okay,
You're little and a right winger.
I might be little, but I'm not a right
And a
winger.
right winger. Well, I didn't say that anything about little right wingers, yeah. You just made that up still, innit? But you are little and a right winger, so that wouldn't have been a lie.
Anyway,
I didn't say anything about
You
little right wingers.
just
Man. What are you
sat
talking
there
about?
and you lied. Even on this panel earlier, you was like, "Oh, look at the little right winger saying that he was armed with a 2-ton car." That was what I said.
yeah, that's
I
bullshit.
said he was armed with a 2-ton
Well,
car,
yeah, a car is a
Bullshit
weapon.
argument.
and
It's
a
a bullshit
car is
argument.
a weapon.
It's not.
So there's not a weapon.
That man didn't even care about the sub-community he come from. I don't know why we're arguing for him.
The sub
Hang
No
on
one's
a
community.
arguing
minute.
for him,
God
Jupes.
damn.
I'm saying a policeman.
They not the humans too,
If
yeah.
he's
None
got
of
the
his
right
They
to
like
shoot
part
someone in
human.
the head,
That sub community.
he has
The
to
black
give an
community is
explanation.
not the whole community. We've got Asians, we've got
TikTok,
white
you don't
people that live in
stop.
the actual society.
TikTok, you
Yeah.
don't stop. Yo,
No,
what type of Wurzel gummage is going on around here,
It's
man?
just silly. It's getting like
Like, what
very.
type of
Shut
Wurzel
up,
gummage is going
Anna.
on around here?
Shut up, man. Go and
You
put your tenner
fucking
pad
fat
in.
cunt.
Go and
Oh
put your tenner
boy,
pad in. You're gonna wet
TikTok,
yourself.
you don't stop.
So
Yeah, this
Belly,
is silly,
you
isn't
don't
it? Like,
drive
because
then.
again, yeah, a lot of these arguments, yeah, a lot of the arguments that you're making is silly, isn't it? Because there's not been
Yeah,
one
you don't
time.
drive, Belly.
Let me finish speaking, man. Let me finish speaking and listen to what I'm saying. Then you can answer at least to what I'm saying. Yeah, there's not been a time that we've been saying, or that I've been on the panel saying that, yo, everyone, you should have respect for Chris Carver because he was an honest working man, or rah 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 rah. I've been telling people from the start, yo, listen. Don't get into the gangster shit and stay away from that sort of lifestyle or whatever. Yes, Chris Carver should have got out the car when the police told him to
There you
stop or
go.
whatever. But also, also the police could have arrested him without killing him. Like, there's literally nothing wrong with the statements that I'm making.
They
Like,
could
I
have
don't
shot
even
the
know why any of you are
tires.
barling
They
or
could have given
crying
him a
about any
warning
of these
shot.
statements. Like,
They
what?
could have
Go on.
shot out the windscreen. They could have smashed the windscreen, pistol whipped the windscreen, and dragged him out.
They're
They
there
didn't need
as
to
armed
shoot
police.
him. They
They're
didn't
there
need
as
to
armed
shoot him.
police.
They didn't need to shoot him. Point blank
They are
range
there as
almost.
armed police.
Yeah, there's ways of stopping a car.
They had stopped at Khan.
Well, they
No,
hadn't quite
refused
stopped
to
it
get
because he was
No.
revving up, going backwards and forwards, trying
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
through the fucking vehicles in front. And yeah, the people were in danger, and they have every right to act with a shooting. They can't shoot his legs or his arms through a fucking metal vehicle. All they
You
had
shoot
was
him
the
in the
window,
shoulder.
what could be
You
seen
shoot
by
the
them
window.
through
You
the
can shoot the
window.
window.
Who?
You
How
shoot
do
him
you
in the
know?
arm.
How do you know that they didn't aim for his shoulder and missed?
Well, he should have
No.
said that then when they
Wow.
questioned
No,
him.
listen, yeah.
But he never said that.
They was
The police
listen,
never said
yeah.
that.
Even the black police, even the black gun police officer said that obviously he got found not guilty because he was using the car as a weapon or whatever. But I'm saying there's literally nothing wrong with the statement of saying that he could have been arrested without being shot. Like, what is the argument that you can argue against that statement? I don't really see how there's an argument against that. We can literally just move on to the next point.
I'm sure the policeman himself must think that as well.
I'm
I'm
sure he
sure he said
admitted it.
I
So why
don't
do you
think.
think
I
they
don't
shot
think
him,
in those
Velle?
circumstances that was a logical thing to say, because if they could have done it, they would have done it. I think that they were under extreme pressure. Their lives were in danger, and they had every right to stop the vehicle in any which way they can, including the assailant, to stop
No.
him going out into wider society and making more chaos. Because who knows if he managed to get out of that car, whether he had a gun on him. They didn't know that at the
You
time.
can't shoot someone for a
Whether he
future
did or he
crime.
didn't, and knowing that he'd run around in the community
You
before
don't know
in
anything.
society, shooting at people randomly and everything else, in a nightclub as well, where he could have killed innocent
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
You know, on the streets of London, there's every logical reason to think that whoever's in that car that
So
could have
you
been the
agree?
same
Okay,
person.
then. So you agree that he was murdered then, on the basis
No.
of his previous.
No, I don't
on the
think he was
basis.
murdered.
But
He wasn't
one
murdered.
one second. You've just outlined his character, this, that, and the other, which is no problem. Yeah. Obviously, the police knew what he was up to, this, that, and the other. Yeah. So then, do you think that the police went there with that in mind, then, or what?
No, because the police didn't know who he was.
Exactly. Okay, so we had this conversation before, Wendy. So that means, like I said, that could have been you or I then, Wendy, yeah?
Yeah, but I'd have got out of the car.
Okay, but like we said, we've just begun to just shown a video, and there's many others that we can watch where people refuse for whatever reason to stop for the police. You know what I mean? We see videos of people actually running away from police and police running after them. Oh, now the police hasn't even drawn their taser, not to mention anything else. They're just running after them. Yeah. So the point I'm saying is that we have many instances where the police don't now obviously these were armed police, don't get me wrong. So obviously there's that sort of difference in there. But I'm just saying, I need to find out how many police were surrounding him. Hold on, I'm gonna come back because
I think there was about 6.
Velle,
so then say if we take that as a number.
Comment.
1 second.
Read
one
what
second,
Danny
Babs.
West has said, because Danny West knows, you know,
What's
when
that?
you're armed.
So if there's
stuff like
6
that.
police surrounding someone, yeah, are we saying with all the training and this and that and this and that, that there may not have been another course of action that they could have took before death? With
But they
6
didn't
police.
know if he did have a weapon in the car. They weren't
Yeah,
sure.
but
because-
surely you're trained when, like, come on, Wendy, man. You know what? You know what?
I
It's
don't
cool.
think there was
What,
another course of
though?
action
Trained
because
to
the
be
bloke
psychic?
had put himself in a position where he was blocked in by vehicles and he was ramming them to try and get them out of the way. And I have seen people that have managed to drive at vehicles and push them out of the way to make an escape after a robbery, etc. So it is quite reasonable to believe that at some point he may have been able to get away if he carried on that route. If you stood in front of the car, you couldn't stand there for too long because he was like, it's possible that he could have run you down. If you got too close to the vehicle to smash the windows, they don't know if he's got a gun because that car had been involved in a shooting and he might have shot them, and they might not have been quick enough to fucking stop him. So at the end of the day, he was asked to get out of the car. He didn't comply. He carried on ramming. He was using the car as an offensive weapon. They had every right to shoot him and stop him in his tracks. Now,
They never
whether
had every right.
they did have every
Yes,
right.
They
Yes,
never
they
had
did.
every right.
Yes,
They
they
did.
did.
So
Listen
that
to what I'm
means
telling
then,
you.
so basically,
Listen.
when you say that, right, that means that could be any of us. That if we done a silly thing by using a car as a weapon to ram the police, we know that we could get a shot in our head. But basically, that's what
No,
you're saying,
because
yeah?
the other things that come
Yes,
into
but we
play.
do know that, don't
Like
we?
what? What other things?
We all know that if we become a
Well,
criminal,
no, we don't all know that because,
Well,
like I said,
yes, we
Biggins
do.
is
I
just
know we
showing a
do.
video. Biggins
The
is
car
just
was
showing a
involved
video.
in they were following that car and they were going to stop that car because it was involved in a shooting the night before that involved a sawn-off shotgun.
Should have bought
Then.
the car
So
half
you
an hour
do
before.
agree. So you do agree then that he was shot because of what took place before then, right?
No, he was shot because of his actions
because he
when he was
wouldn't
stopped.
comply.
But you keep
Exactly.
contradicting yourself, Wendy. You get
I'm
me?
not. I'm telling you the facts as they played out.
No.
You are
You're
sick,
telling us how
Nigel.
you
You
feel
can't
about the
understand what
facts.
I'm saying.
The truth of
Yeah?
the
I
matter is, when
We
he
understood
wouldn't
was
by
be in
what you're
that
asked,
saying,
wait,
and I'm
position
just
because we
saying
would
you're
hold
know
on.
actually
as the police
No,
asked
Nifa,
us.
when he was asked, could you have arrested this man without shooting him? He said, yeah. He said we could have arrested him
No, he
without
did
shooting him. He
not.
said
No,
it
he did
himself.
not.
Yes, he did.
No, he
I
Yes, he
didn't.
don't
did.
know.
The
I
only
No,
don't
he
reason
know
he
if
got
didn't.
away with it.
Stop lying,
The only,
Khan.
yes, he did.
Stop lying, Khan.
Yes, he did.
No,
did
he
say
didn't.
that.
He said he
He did
didn't
say
want
that.
to go there. He didn't want to think of shooting him, but he had no option but to shoot.
No other choice.
The
Yeah.
fact is, he knows he got emotional. It got too much for
If
him.
if
he
he
made a
stood in court
mistake.
and
I don't
said,
think
And
he
he
got
shot the guy.
emotional. I think he made
no,
a
they're
very,
trained not
very.
to get emotional.
I
Listen,
think he
They're trained
made
not
a
to get emotional.
He went
well-rounded
against his training.
decision.
He went against his training. He went
No,
against
he
the
didn't go
protocol.
against his
He
training.
got emotional. He got
No,
scared.
He
He
didn't
got
get
stood.
no.
Listen,
You're
listen,
talking out your ass
listen.
now,
Listen,
If it
Cal.
was,
Babs, listen.
listen.
The mere
If it was
fact,
a
Babs,
manslaughter
listen.
charge,
The
if it was a
mere fact
manslaughter
that it
charge, he
was
would have been
able to go
guilty.
to court, Babs, means that some sort
I
of
don't think
protocol
he
was
should have even been arrested. He was
some
doing his
sort of
job.
And
protocol was
nor did the
broken.
But he
jury,
did it
Wendy.
wrong.
Nor did the
That's why
jury.
they found
was
him not
taken.
guilty. And that's what you lot are butthurt about.
The jury
What
wrote
are we
a
hurt
letter
about?
to say
Because
they
he
were
got found not
disgusted.
guilty.
What do
Exactly.
you
He
mean
should
we're
have been
hurt?
The poor
guilty.
We're
man
having a
had to go
discussion.
into
What are you talking
hiding.
about?
What? Who
He
cares? He
should
killed
not have
someone
even been
point blank
arrested. He was
range.
doing his job.
The
He was doing
policeman
his
had
job.
to go into
He was doing
hiding.
his
There's
job,
a
but he did it wrong.
£10,000
He
bounty
did
out on
not.
his head. I think that's
Oh.
fucking disgusting.
Babs, that's just propaganda, man. Calm yourself
no,
down,
it's
man.
not.
Oh,
that
Babs,
is the
trust
truth.
me.
So
Where
the
did you
jury,
Yeah.
jury themselves said that they didn't even know why this case was brought to court. They actually wrote a long letter saying they were disgusted with the CPS and they were
Lies.
disgusted. It's
No,
out
it's
there.
not lie.
It's out there, but the
Lies.
judge,
don't like it.
So the
judge read
jury
it.
sat down and wrote a letter.
Yes,
What's got
Yeah.
nothing to do with the verdict.
yes. When
Their
they
job
gave
is to-
when they handed their
Bullshit.
verdict over, they requested that the letter that they'd all signed be given to the judge. Yes.
Lies.
No, it's the truth.
You just don't like it, Con.
Where do they find these people?
What people?
People that will condone a policeman shooting someone point blank in the face.
You
and
weren't
say,
a juror. You didn't hear what happened in court. None of us were in the court. They
Look,
found
look,
him not
look, look.
guilty. You got to just deal with it, haven't you?
if obviously, but I'm saying if he's a policeman and he's being trained and he's supposed to be able to deal with these situations, he should not be able to stand there and go, "Oh, I got scared, so I shot him."
He
should
didn't
not
say
get away
that,
with
though,
that.
did
Yes,
he?
he
He
did.
didn't
say
He did
that,
say
though.
that. He did
didn't
say
say
that.
He didn't say that.
He said
no,
he was
didn't.
No, he
worried
didn't.
about
He
his
said he was
colleagues'
concerned for his colleagues' safety.
Yeah.
Same thing.
No, it's
What we
not.
should do though, innit? Like once the court makes a decision, we should accept the decision that they make, innit, bro? I especially if
Yeah,
the evidence
but
points in the way that
It doesn't-
everybody is allowed to say that they accept a court's decision but don't agree with it. Look, I'm not here bothered that you've got a right to say that you don't agree with it, but I do agree with it.
yeah, I think they made the right decision. It would have been a bad choice.
I can't say I don't agree with it because it's murder that they put him up for. But manslaughter, he's guilty. He killed
He
a
is
man.
not. Oh,
He
he
took
was
a man's
doing his
life.
job. He was
No, but
doing
he did
his
it
job.
wrong. But he
No, he
did it
didn't.
wrong. He did. He did
No,
it
he
wrong.
didn't.
But
All
if
right.
that guy had got out when they asked him to, none of that would have happened.
Obviously.
No.
And if
The
his
fact
mum
is,
would have
if
had a
you-
daughter instead of a son, none of this would have happened.
If
It
you
don't make sense what you're
choose-
saying.
If you choose
What?
to live a criminal
It
lifestyle,
don't make sense what you're
the
saying.
odds, and you know this as a criminal, the odds of dying young
I've never
or
been a
at hands
criminal.
of violence are higher.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant.
You
It's
live
all
by
Did
the
you
irrelevant.
But
just
that-
say
die by
if
the
you
sword.
live?
None of that
So
matters.
is
None of
that
that- none
the
of that-
society that? Nah, that don't sound right.
No,
So-
that's
so
relevant
we
though
don't
to
take
the
people to-
actual
we
thing
don't
of.
take people to
You know
court
that-
anymore. Then
Listen. In the split decision of what the actual point of that was argued about, yeah, how much crimes previously or whatever he may have committed or may not have committed. Right there and then, it was an unarmed man that the officers killed, and they could have
Stop saying he was
arrested him.
unarmed, Belly, because he was armed.
He was unarmed man. He didn't have a firearm on him. Yeah,
He had a car.
so it was
Which can do a
Can you
lot more
stop cutting
damage.
in while I'm speaking, man? Stop doing that, man. It's actually annoying. I don't do it when you're speaking. I allow you lot to finish, man. Allow me to finish, please. Yes, they shot an unarmed man, yeah, when they could have taken him in it. Like, and there's other ways they could have taken
I
him
don't
in.
believe-
I'm just saying that they could have.
Yeah, I don't believe they could have taken him in differently. Look, they tried that. They told him to stop the car. He didn't. They told that they would have had to have called out that they were armed and to stop the car. Made it obvious that they had guns. He didn't. He carried on. He carried on ramming. He was trying to make a getaway. That's obvious. None of us are going to deny that he was trying to make a getaway. So they needed to stop that vehicle. They didn't know who the driver was. They don't know if that driver is the person that was responsible for the shooting or not beforehand, that had happened with that car beforehand. All
That's
they know
right.
is that car was linked to gun violence. And therefore, they wanted to stop and find out who was driving it and whether that perpetrator was linked to it or not.
by killing him, that's how you're gonna find out.
Once he started going against them to make an escape, that almost looks like you're guilty anyway, because why are you running away? If you're innocent, don't you stop to
Yep.
sort it out? That's the
No.
first thing.
Many an
Second
innocent
thing is-
person has run away. What are you talking about?
Second thing is that he was using that car as a weapon. People could have got
TikTok, you don't
injured.
stop.
People could have got injured, and therefore he needed to make a split decision. His decision was, this is the only way that I can stop this man from using this car as a battering ram, maybe injuring my colleagues, and
But that's not what he
even
said.
maybe members of the public.
He said that he was directly saving the lives of his colleagues.
Well,
As if they were lives,
Why
That's what I
are
just
you
said.
making up
Imminent threat.
stories, man?
right?
Why
Well,
are you
he's not allowed
into
to do
it?
that
What are
then,
you
Carl.
doing, man?
No, but that should be easily proved, isn't it? If they could just step out
Well,
the way
hang
of
on.
the car,
He's not allowed to think of the safety of his colleagues and himself.
stop trying to throw in red herrings. It don't
But
make the
that's what you
conversation
just said.
any better. Listen to what I'm saying to you. If
What
his
is the point
colleagues
of us having
could have
armed
just moved
police?
out the way of the car,
Wait a minute.
then
What
their
is the
lives are
point
not
of
in
having
threat.
armed police if every
Look,
time they use their
You're not
gun,
listening.
they're going to
If there
end
was
up
a
in court?
situation, if there was a situation where one of the cops was pinned up against
No,
the
but it's
wall or
That's not true.
a car, if that was a situation, then fair enough. He could have released a shot. Even then, he shouldn't be trying to shoot him in the head.
Why not?
No, what it is, yeah, is that we're saying that there was a different way that he could have been arrested, in it, and like if the scenario was that he was firing shots at the police and he got killed, I don't think that there would actually be anyone saying, "Oh, you could have arrested him a different way." Like that's not true, man. Like that is literally not true. We're
But
just
really,
doing
that's
our
actually
what
happened.
about
That's actually happened.
and what ifs
People
in
have
different
released shots
scenarios.
onto police. Really, people
But
have
Khan,
released shots
do
onto
you
police. Wait,
think
wait,
we
wait,
shouldn't have
wait.
Khan, do you think we shouldn't have
I'm
armed
speaking.
policemen?
I'm speaking.
He didn't even say that.
People have released shots onto the police, even shot a police officer, and still being taken alive. What are you
so
talking
you think
about?
we
Yeah, but
shouldn't
every
have armed police?
situation is different. What are you talking about?
I know.
That's what I'm trying to show you. It is different because the person actually had a gun and the person actually shot a police officer and the person was still taken without
Who? Can you tell me who?
being shot in the head.
Who shot a
Hey.
police officer and was taken alive? Who?
I'll bring it. 1 second. Give me a sec.
Yeah, so you're talking
He was
bullshit.
what? A dude did shoot himself in his own property with a firearm. The police evacuated and then managed to arrest him without shooting him or killing him or whatever as well. Still, and he's doing 40 years in jail. I can't remember his name. He's got a funny name still. But
Not every situation would require anyone to get shot
yeah, everyone's
with the
different.
arm.
Every
Yeah,
situation is different. I
everything
agree
is
with
different.
you on that point. Yeah, but there's a point, another scenario that could have played out. What meant that he just went to or got arrested for what it was, or got investigated for whatever crime he was accused of being committed for. Innit? Like again, on that side of it, there's literally no one, probably not even his family or even his mum, that wouldn't be saying if he did do a crime or whatever and he gets arrested for that crime, then he's got to do the time for it or whatever, ain't like. So, but if
So
you,
the armed police are so fed up.
whatever,
Yeah.
but wait, listen, if you are committing crime though or whatnot, yeah, and the police are on their way to try to arrest you or whatever, you are going to try to get away, innit? Like, because that's part of the cops and robbers game, innit? Like, that's their life to what they're doing, innit? Like, so if it would, like, they will try to get away or whatever, innit? Like, so that's kind of expected.
Yeah, but it got
on
to
that
the
side.
point where you've got armed police now who are handing in their registration. They don't want to be armed police because they're sick of being dragged either in front of that police thing that investigates them or in court.
Yeah, but it's a police
You can't
investigating
you
police
can't
anyway.
really blame them.
What do you mean? The police name a police officer or name a murder case involving the police where they've been found guilty or whatever.
There's many
or
that
whatnot.
no,
There's
hang
literally
on.
hardly any
Yeah,
times
but
that they
even
do
if they're
get
not
found guilty for these
guilty,
times.
yeah,
So-
but even if they're not found guilty, being an armed police officer, they volunteer for that, you know. They don't get paid any extra money and they volunteer. So if they see their colleagues
Of course you do.
constantly
There's a
dragged
certain pay,
into...
your pay grades are above a certain level though. There's a
No,
different
they
pay
don't
grade
get
that
paid
we
no
all
You
get
extra
don't
in
get
money
the
for
paid
being
any
an armed.
extra.
No,
No,
nothing.
but
Yeah,
there's
you don't.
there's a pay level that you're on, isn't it? Like for the officers that are
No,
able
you
to
don't
carry
get paid
firearms,
extra
and
money for being a
so you
armed
get
police
paid the
officer.
same as a community police officer.
Well, of
Firearms
course not,
officers paid
because
the
a
same as
community
community.
police
So
officer.
that's what I'm trying to say. So
No.
there's a paid grade that people are on, isn't it? Like you have to be on a certain grade, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, but I don't blame these officers. I mean, if I'd been an armed, I'd be handing my gun in and saying, "You're all right. I'll just sit in a car and not do a lot." It's a bit like the
It's gonna be
army,
all
isn't
right.
it? Like I said the other night, it's a bit like soldiers. You know, why should they do anything now? I don't blame them either.
Why should the soldiers do anything? I don't get that point. Sorry.
Because it seems if you carry out your duty in this country, you end up in court at some point or another. So there's not a lot of point.
But that's not true though, innit? Because that means every single police officer will get brought to court every week, innit? And police officers are brought to court far and few between.
Well, that's
A
why
lot
they're
are
not doing
behind the
their job
scenes.
properly, because that's why it's that they don't get called in every week.
Exactly, and I mean, you've only got to look at Manchester. If those police officers in Manchester had been doing their job properly, right? One of them that attacked the police officers would have been shot somewhere in the leg or something, but they didn't. They restrained
Wendy,
themselves.
I think that this case with Chris Carver just shows how restrained the police officers were at Manchester, and
Yes,
how justified they would have been in actually pulling their gun on them.
But they tasered the dude, so they did use a firearm on the dude.
Well,
yeah, but they had real firearms. A taser's not a real firearm.
It is. It's a firearm, man. Class as a firearm. You get nicked with a taser and you find out whether it's a firearm or not.
Those
Yeah,
people need to
Wendy,
be
a
charged.
plastic bullet's real firearms. Because you lot were using them in Ireland, didn't you?
Were you? Khan? You
You
never
lot
said.
were plastic bullets you was using, didn't you?
Plastic bullets. Are you sure they were
Yeah.
plastic?
Do you know about plastic bullets?
Are you sure they were plastic, Khan?
Yeah, they use plastic bullets in Ireland.
Plastic bullets, really?
I don't know what Ireland's got to do with anything.
No, I'm just having.
I'm just saying that
He
you can still
brought
shoot
it up,
someone.
and he said we were using plastic bullets. Really? Were we?
Yeah.
Oh. And what's the big
Not-
deal there then?
I'm saying
Plastic
it's still
bullets
it's
don't
still a
always kill.
firearm. It's still a
Plastic
firearm.
bullets don't always kill.
Exactly.
I think
I'm
any
trying to say
kind of
it's
bullet
still a
is a bullet,
firearm.
isn't it? Of course, any kind of bullet is a bullet, isn't it?
Right. So the taser shoots
They're rubber
little
bullets,
bullets,
not
but
plastic.
they're attached with a wire.
It's rubber bullets.
What are you on about?
Are you talking
Rubber
about
bullets.
tasers?
Thank you, Velle. Yeah.
Tasers do it by
Tasers
fucking
different. It's
electricity
the
into
prongs.
it, yeah.
They fire little
Yeah,
bullets,
some
and the
people are
little
immune to
bullet's got a
tasers, innit?
wire
You've seen there's
attached
people
to
that's immune
the
to a minute, but majority of people
battery.
ain't.
I thought they electrocuted you. I didn't think it was anything to do with a bullet.
It's not. It is
No, it's not.
electrocution, yeah.
Here's a shock you get.
How do you think the
He
wire
was
gets
talking
to
about-
attach onto you?
You was talking
The
about
shoot-
the prongs that it's sticking into.
The prongs and that.
Shoots
Yeah.
out the
shoots
Taser
out.
isn't being shot, Khan. I don't know what planet you live on, Khan, sometimes.
It's being
Didn't say it's
tased in
being
it, but it's still a
shot. I said
firearm.
there's a
though,
part
innit?
of it that shoots
And
out.
it classes it as a firearm.
You mean there's a harpoon at the end of it?
I wouldn't call it a harpoon.
Well, what's it doing it? Is it not harpooning onto the person?
I think it just goes on their clothes.
It's like
Goes
a
on
little
their
spike.
clothes.
Yeah,
think
so that's what a harpoon
yeah,
is.
goes
That is
worse.
what it is.
It's a bit bigger than it. It's a bit smaller than
I mean, we've
harpoon,
only got
man.
to look at how long it took the police
It's
to
like wells
to
running down the
taser
roads and
that
It's
monster.
like a
Extreme.
harpoon and that.
That's a bit extreme.
Yeah, look how long it took the police to taser the monster who was running around with the machete, who killed that little boy who was on his way to school. Now
I'm
there
not
was a
saying
case for
police
someone.
are
There
not
was
good
a
at their
case
jobs.
for
I'm not saying
someone
I'm
to
not
be
anti-police.
shot in the head.
I've
No,
never
he
been
should have been shot in the head
anti-police.
as well. Yeah, he should have
Right?
been shot in the head. That one.
I'm just saying that if we're going to trust human beings, police officers, to be able to take people's lives, they need to be able to explain properly
Well, he
why they
did.
did
He
it.
did.
That
I
dude,
don't- I
remember,
don't
yeah, that
think that
dude killed someone. Chris
explanation
Carver
was
never
good.
killed anyone. You know that
No,
dude
he
actually
shot
killed more than one
someone. He
person.
stabbed people. He
Chris
was
Carver.
known for beating people up, stabbing and shooting. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
but
Yeah,
it
but
weren't
I'm
for the one
saying in the
to try
scenario
him,
that
is
he's
it?
getting
I
arrested.
mean-
Listen. The scenario that he was getting arrested for, no one had been killed, right? So that's the point I was making. That Daniel Ajurin murderer, he killed a person, or he had harmed a person with a machete before he killed Daniel, and then he killed Daniel.
There's many times where police have
And
One
he was
arrested people
second,
taken in.
that
Con.
I think should have been
Yo,
shot.
Gummy, what letter was sent? What letter was sent? Or what letter was sent?
The jury wrote a letter after they made their decision to give it to the judge to read out,
About what?
saying that they didn't agree with it getting to court and they were upset with the CPS.
Where did
Is it a
you
real
get
letter?
that
It's
from?
like GB News.
Where did you get
sort
that?
of thing.
Have you got a source for that, bub? Please.
Yeah, see, I think it was on Talk TV
It's
and
also
on
about-
GB News. And I think
Talk-
Farage has also mentioned it as well.
Talk TV and
Yeah.
GB News.
Yeah.
And where did they get it from?
I have no clue. I would imagine the reporter's in the reporting room.
I know, because another trashy paper,
Oh
the
yeah,
Daily
because
Mail,
reporting restrictions were
is
lifted.
saying something completely different. So, because they're saying they don't know what was in the letter. So, how do you not know what was in the letter?
I only know what they're saying.
Well, the Daily Mail said, let me see, because they're not saying what was in the letter. What they said here is During the trial of police marksman who shot Chris Carver, blah, 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 it was clear, blah, 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 blah. Hold on. Before the jury delivered its not guilty verdict, members had sent a note to Mr. Justice Goss asking for permission to also pass comment, but this was denied.
Yeah, and that was part of the
Following
letter.
speculation about what the jury might have said, speculation about what the jury might have said, the media, supported by a lawyer for Mr. Carver's family, asked the judge to release the note, but he refused.
Yeah,
So I
you're
don't
not
know.
gonna
Are you
release
sure
it
that
to
what
them.
they was? Are you sure that whatever talk, who was it, GB and all that? Are you sure it wasn't speculation, bro? Because if there
No,
was something
well, they've
talk,
already said that. So the Daily Mail's already said that there was comments that was written down and signed by the jurors, given to the judge to read out, and they asked for the comments to be read out. The judge refused it, and the reason
Yep.
he's going to refuse it to Carver's family is because if he's refused to read it in the courtroom, he's not going to fucking make an exception for somebody that you know who is outside of that courtroom.
No, but
But the
I'm just trying to ascertain where you found out what it was said, because in this paper, in the Mail, it's saying that they did say that, but they don't know what was said. But you said that you know what was said via the GB News and someone else.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, are you sure that what they said isn't speculation?
Well, if it is, wouldn't they be sued?
I don't know. You speculate. You've never
I
been
don't.
sued.
I
Why
don't
would
think.
they?
I
It
think
says
if
Why would they be
mystery
sued?
therefore
what they've alleged-
surrounds what.
if
Let
they-
me just finish.
Yeah,
Mystery therefore surrounds what the jury wanted to say, and whether the note actually contained a statement or just a request for permission to say something. You see, yeah? And so now this is the Daily Mail. Remember, they're all trashy. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying if there was a statement like that available, the Daily Mail would definitely publish it. So I'm gonna err on the fact that your sources are just being speculative, and it hasn't been proven. And obviously, it's
So
quite
you're saying
salacious.
that the jury wanted to question the CPS's decision to bring the man to court. Obviously, the jury can't make that sort of a question.
no,
right?
they wanted to make
Like-
a statement on it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
they're
that's
saying
why-
like the
and that's
jury
why
doesn't
the
have.
judge, and that's why the judge.
No, but that's not the jury's. That's not the jury's part in to play in a trial, right? To determine whether the CPS had enough evidence to bring man to court or not.
I never said it
So
was.
that's no, but I'm saying that's why the judge wouldn't have granted them the jury the rights to make that statement. or
I'm
to
not
write that
arguing
letter to
whether the
say-
judge has the right or not. Of course, the judge has got the right in the courtroom. That's not my point.
No, but you was just
My-
saying about
my
the letter,
point-
right?
Yeah, my
that's-
point.
and we were saying why they didn't
even
let.
the-
No, but wait,
Yeah,
listen.
Yeah.
You said about the letter, yeah, and the point that was making about why the letter wasn't allowed in was that was the reason why.
No, that weren't my
why they
point.
wouldn't have allowed
Yeah, but that weren't my point.
it.
My
What was your
point.
point then?
My point is that the jurors couldn't understand why it had even gone to court.
But that's just your speculation.
Okay, so the jurors
Where are you
couldn't understand why it
getting
went to
that
court
from?
or whatever. But then, if they wanted to make that as a statement or whatever, that still wouldn't have been allowed by the judge anyway, because the jury doesn't have a say on what goes to court or what the CPS determine
Exactly.
there's enough evidence to bring someone to court or not.
Exactly that.
Yeah, but I'm not arguing that. I don't know why you're arguing that. I'm not arguing.
You are though, because you keep making a statement about them
No,
wanting
I'm
to make
not.
a statement
saying-
or whatever.
I'm saying it should be noted that the jurors themselves could not understand why it was brought to court. That doesn't mean that
As-
I'm
as a
arguing that it
murder
should have been read
charge.
Yeah,
out.
did you?
As a murder charge.
So did you? Alright. So do you understand that what you're saying, by what you're saying, that you're
Yeah.
saying the jurors don't understand why the CPS decided that there was enough evidence to bring this to trial?
Are you
So
not
then it's a mistrial.
understanding that
So then it's a
the
mistrial.
jurors? Hold on. Are you not understanding that by the jurors making that letter and deciding unanimously to put a letter in that they all signed and all agreed with, that they were basically saying that there was not enough evidence for it to go to trial?
Yo, you're
which is
making
why-
things up,
Yeah,
man.
so-
This
why
is
they
very
found
You
him
literally just
not
said.
guilty
This
for
is
you know-
3
very
hours.
dangerous, man. I
Do you know
just
what you're
read
saying?
you
Yeah?
something.
You know what? Wait,
where
hold
they
on, hold on, Nines. Yeah.
All
What
right,
you literally
so-
just said there, yeah, was sorry, no, to cut you there, yeah. What you said there was literally in agreement with what I just said. That the jury is trying to claim that the CPS shouldn't have even brought this to court because they don't know why
Yeah.
they even brought this to court, meaning that they disagree with the CPS's decision to bring
Yes.
this on as a trial. But so the point stands then, right? That the jury doesn't have the power to say whether a case is brought to trial or not. That's the CPS's job. The
We know
CPS brings
that.
it forward, and then the
But
jury makes a decision.
Nobody's arguing that they do have the
Stop
right.
saying that because you keep saying that. That's why they weren't allowed to make the letter in court. That's the point. That's the
But
reason
nobody's
why they wasn't allowed
arguing
to.
that they should have been allowed.
Oh God Almighty!
Oh God! All right, move on to the next point, man, because this is just circular lunacy.
Yeah, because it's like you don't understand that I'm making the point that even the jury tried to write a letter to the judge because they couldn't understand how it had even got to court level.
You're making
But their
things
job
up,
ain't
man.
to
Like, stop it,
understand.
man.
Their
Like,
job
how
is
can
to
you
just
do this? This is
make a
very
ruling.
dangerous. This is very dangerous.
It's just
It's not
silly.
dangerous.
This
It's
is,
But
the
listen,
you
if you
truth.
say
think that? So wait.
even if they say
So
if
wait.
they say
You think that the British judicial system can be swayed by a letter by the jury?
No.
Silly, innit?
Why do you think that's what I'm saying? Explain to me. Right, one of you who are
what?
thick
All right,
enough
listen.
to
What
fix
you
it.
need to
Explain
explain,
to me.
Tell us
No, you
what the
explain.
point
is why.
You
what was the
explain,
point of the jury
Nainita,
making that
why
comment
you-
then?
why you-
No,
why you believe
Jupiter,
that.
Jupiter. Tell us what the point of the jury making that comment being relevant was then. Why would that be relevant in the case? If
Yeah,
they've
they've
said,
already cleared.
I think
They've
why
already
did it go to
cleared
court?
him.
Why would
They've
that be
already cleared
relevant?
him of murder. Why do they need to write a letter?
Okay, well, what's that? Can't you just want to be an echo of Velle?
I said if they've cleared him of murder.
No,
Then why do they
can't
need
wait.
to
Let her
write a
answer the
further
question.
letter?
Innit? What's the relevance of them being able to make that point then? If there's going to be no decision that they could make in that way.
Yeah, so the relevance of saying even the jury tried to write a letter to the judge shows that even the people that were chosen to decide on the case found it ridiculous that they were asked to come and find whether somebody was guilty on something
Can
which
you
they
get?
didn't
Can you
feel
drop
had
a
enough
link in the back?
evidence.
Can you
I
drop a
can't
link
believe
in
you're
the back,
saying that,
please?
Jupiter.
1 second. 1 second.
That's so
Let's just
dumb.
clean this up one time because this is getting long. Can you drop a link in the back for this GB News or whichever news you're speaking about? Can you drop a link, please? I know it must be in your search history.
I told you it's on Talk TV or GB News.
Drop a link, man. It's in your search history. Drop a link, man.
No,
This is very.
I'm not your slave.
This is very significant, man. Drop a link, man. Drop a
I'm
link,
not
man.
your
Drop a link.
slave. No. Type it in. Go
Did
to
you
Talk
just say
TV.
you're not my slave?
Absolutely
times.
not.
Oh my god.
3 times.
Oh, I told you, Big Itch. I told you, Big Itch.
God.
I told you. Oh my god.
Right, yeah, I'm just saying that even if the jury did make that statement or whatever, there's no relevance to the case of them being able to make that statement. Like that wouldn't have been able to found the person more guilty or more innocent or whatever, right? Like, so that's why the judge wouldn't have accepted them bringing forth this letter if this letter's true.
Yeah, we
about
know
what you're
that,
saying and
Penny.
saying.
Nobody's arguing that. The point that's being made by saying that even the jury went that far is that it's something that is unheard of. People don't normally sit on a
It's
jury and go,
unheard
"Do you
of.
know
Of
what?
course it's unheard of.
Oh my
Don't
God.
talk. We
What
don't want
What
to
is
hear.
wrong with these
Listen.
people?
Don't talk
Are you
anymore
lot?
of this
Are you lot
until
got
you
some
provide
kind
a
of
link.
illness? Or
Wait, let her
something?
finish.
They'll tell
Let
you
her
what's
finish.
wrong with us.
Yeah, but we
Logic.
need
Let
a
her finish
link,
it.
Big
Because she's
Itch.
saying
Otherwise, she could be chatting shit.
yeah. Making bad
We need a
statements
link,
still,
bro.
but let her finish and then
Alright,
make the
Big
points
Itch.
after that. God.
The point is that but people that are selected for jury don't normally sit there and go, "This is diabolical, this case. I'm actually outraged about it. I think we should write a letter to the judge." And all 12 of the jurors agree and sign it. It's unheard of. Now, we know that in a court of law, the judge can't put that out because it shouldn't sway whatever. But what they're saying is that in their opinion, and they are the ones that were asked to make a judgment, they felt that he was not guilty, but not only that, it shouldn't have even gone to court. And that is something worth noting.
No, it's not. Because that made their job easier. If they were complaining that, oh, this is some impossible puzzle that we can't solve, there's not enough evidence, then fair enough. But what you're saying is that the case was so easy to solve that they were complaining that you just wasted our time. You've made us come down to court for no fucking reason.
Well, it only took them 3 hours. You got to remember that.
That's exactly what they were doing, Khan. They were saying that it was a waste of taxpayers' money, that it's not representing the country that they live in. They don't believe that it's representing justice, and that it should never have come to court.
Where are you getting this?
That's a
One second, before we go any further, we need a source, man.
Was the jury like GB News' flipping all
We need
GB
a
News
source,
subscribers
man,
or
because-
something? Cause
No, we need a source,
It's
because
not
I'm
a
making
political manifesto. It's not
We
a
need a
manifesto,
source,
mate.
man. We
I
need
sounded
one
like Nigel
source, man.
Farage
GB.
and you keeping all them man there.
Right,
Manifesto.
GB News, because I'm on their site now, yeah. So give me what was the headline, right? What was it called? Because I'm on their site right now, and they do all the.
Look
What
up
was it
GB
called?
News Carver case.
Yeah, just to cop that. I don't know. I can't remember.
I
what
did
the
exactly
headline
that, but nothing like that's coming up.
Nothing come up.
And I've even put in jury in it, and nothing like that. That's why I'm asking my girl for a link in it, because she must
This
have
mad,
it in
innit,
a.
like,
You're going to
in
have
a,
to listen
juries
to
would
them
have
having a
in a
discussion.
history.
Strong opinion, and it be publicly made like common knowledge.
Yeah,
in their
Victoria
case.
says it wasn't called a letter, it was a public statement that they wanted read out.
Watch her now. So we've gone from a letter, yeah, that was going to be making its way to the spingy bobby to a statement.
Yeah, that they all signed, yeah.
So already you can't be listened to, man.
Okay,
Already.
because you're going to argue over terminology of a letter and a statement.
Terminology.
Yeah, yeah. Because you think
you
in
know the
your
difference
in
between
your
a letter and a
random
statement?
in your random head, you think that's
Oh
made
my
a point.
life. Allow it, man. Stop, man. Anyway, I'm still looking, like, but allow it. Victoria, have you got a link? Maybe you got a link, Victoria. You know what I mean? Someone provide a link.
Should the jury be able to put out a public statement?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because they've already made their minds up, and if they feel they need to add something to why they've come to the conclusion they've come to, I don't see
So
what's wrong with that.
if that's the case, then why
But what cases?
Is that
Even
what
the wait, hold on a sec.
jurors
Listen. Even in the Lucy Letby case, yeah, the jurors' statements weren't made public and read over like they're saying, "Oh, this was so horrible that we had to sit here and go through seeing this lady being accused of what she was accused of and then finding her guilty."
Jurors don't normally make a public statement. They don't normally. That's why.
So
that's
why are they doing
I'm
it on
saying,
this occasion?
Exactly, Nynefa. That is the point. That is the point that I'm making. It's unprecedented.
We've yet to find the statement, though. This is all supposition on your thing, because, like I said, when I read, it was said that no one don't know what it is, but you've put lots of meat and bones onto it. You get me? But you want to know.
Like,
GB News ain't telling me
jurors,
nothing.
like, the jurors ain't even supposed to be allowed to watch like news
bollocks,
reports,
man.
go on the internet, make any sort of public statements about anything until the case is over and tried or whatever.
But it was when the case was
So-
over, when they were giving their
So
verdict.
why did they have to go by the judge then?
They
Why couldn't
wanted
just
a
put it out?
statement to be read out as well. What is wrong with you? Are you retarded, Khan?
Listen, you're saying it was over. So if it was over, why do they need to run it by the judge?
They
Why
sent
is it the
something
judge's
to
decision?
the. Are you thick?
You said it was over.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you write to GB News and ask them the questions?
Why don't you just provide a link?
Why don't you just stop parrot
Do
fashion?
you know what I mean? Because at this
repeating
point,
things you
obviously,
hear
no
on
one can
TV?
believe you, because you know that your word ain't worth shit. So just provide a link, man. Stop wasting everyone's time, man. Please.
Pointless.
It's a waste of time, man.
Well, up to you. You can think that. I know that I think it is quite astounding that a jury of 12 people.
Yeah, but this
decided
ain't
that
about
they
what
wanted
you
to
think,
write a
innit? We
letter.
know
But
we
did
know
they?
about what you think and my opinion and all that, but around here we deal with facts, innit? And
Okay,
thus
so
far
what-
you've
so
spoken
come
about
on then. What are
GB
the
News,
So what are the facts,
yeah,
Nynefa?
which
What are
I've
in
not
this
been able to
statement?
find.
Okay,
You
what's
get
in
me?
the
Facts
statement
I've
is-
asked
then?
you to provide a
No one
link.
knows
You've
what's
not
in the
done
letter.
that.
Well,
But yet
that's
you're
what we're
up here
asking for.
saying that the
you
jury has
prove-
said this, the jury has said that.
That's
the
what the
jury...
providing
you
facts part of it is.
prove-
That
can you
you
prove
said that
that
there was a
what they put
statement.
out
Nines
is
is asking
lies?
for the link of it.
Okay,
No,
yeah, but can
Nines
you
is
prove
asking.
that-
You made this. listen, you said that there was the thing, well, when it really and truly, yeah, what it is Nines ain't supposed to be looking for this evidence. You're supposed to be able to provide the evidence that you're talking about, so we can say, okay, yes, look, it is there. There's the letter that you was talking about, right? So that's really how evidence is.
Yeah, but I've told you where to
go.
find it, Velle. I haven't got time to listen to every stream that they've done on Chris Carver to find it where they've actually spoken
Post
about
the link,
it.
Lou.
They've
Yeah,
done
Lou's
at
found it,
least
man. She's
they've
gonna
done at
post the
least
link,
4 or 5 discussions on it.
But it's like, obviously, GB News, yeah, is definitely leaning, definitely further right than most news stations, right? And so their opinion is going to be agreeing with
Yeah, Louisa's posted saying, is that
the
it?
right leaning people. Yeah.
Is that the
right-leaning
thing
people
that's
with-
got it in?
Well, yeah, that's the oh shit, it's Nigel Farage, yeah.
Yeah, Nigel Farage spoke
exactly
about
then.
it as well.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, like this is like us listening to you or Wendy speak about the benefits of the Caribbean getting reparations. Like, it's literally going to be
They're not getting
no
them.
points.
They're not getting them.
Exactly. There's not going to be one point that you're going to make that's going to be
No, I'm
going
just saying that
towards
they're not going to get
what
them.
the thing is, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
so
the Carver jury wanted to make it. Yeah, Daily Mail.
do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, crazy.
Okay.
That's like, yo, Jafar was
Chris
snitching on
Carver
you before,
jury
innit?
wanted to
Saying
make
he's not
public
chatting shit about
statement.
Chris Carver and chatting
But
shit
we're
about
gone.
reparations and rah. We're like, bro, that's not what you're supposed to do. We're not expecting you not to chat shit about reparations or to
You
chat
want
shit
about?
about anything to do with
I'm not a
Chris
fan.
Carver or
I'm not a
so-and-so,
fan
rah,
of
rah,
Keir
rah. That's
Starmer.
obvious, man.
I'm not a fan of Keir Starmer
No.
or David
But you
Lammy,
agree with him
and
or
I
not?
find it
But-
very ironic that
But
David Lammy is over there in Samoa saying no reparations. Huh? Just goes to show you can't trust any of them.
he's got to toe the party line. That's his job.
No, well,
I don't find it
but
ironic,
he's
Wendy.
expecting
I
David-
think
he's
I think
expecting David
he
Lammy
should be
to-
saying he should be saying that, for God's sake. He's British. He should stop
No,
going
but
around
Wendy
acting
means
like
based
he's
on
racist.
but he's
No,
made. Hang on,
based on what he
Jupes,
said
because he's.
before.
Come on, wait a minute, Jupes. He's made a career out of saying he thinks that Caribbean people, blah blah blah, should have reparations, should have compensation. He's made a whole career out of that. As soon as he gets some sort of power, changed his mind.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, so you can point out his hypocrisy, and I would agree with you. That is hypocrisy. But I think that he's now doing what he should be doing, which is representing the British.
I still don't trust
By doing
him.
what?
By saying, no, we don't need to give you reparations because nobody alive today owes anybody anything.
Yeah, man. That's why we should stop talking about the Holocaust alive. Forget about celebrating Poppy Day or wearing any poppy
How
for any
often do you do
remembrance
that? You don't do that anyway.
or whatever.
No, but we
Yeah, well,
do
you
that.
should stop doing
In
that.
all the
country.
You
years
should
I've
stop doing
known
it.
you, in all the
We
years
do
I've
that.
known you, I've never once heard you do any silence for the 11/11, and I've never
heard you do any
heard you
silence.
talking about the Holocaust. I have actually, I have, and
What,
I've done
for
it, and
the
we
poppies,
did
yeah?
it, and we did it
I ain't seen you
several
wearing no
times,
poppy.
and we
I
did
ain't seen
it.
you talk
Well,
about
I
no
have
Holocaust.
actually. And we did it several times on Reels where we had Zubida come
Show
on
us a
screaming
video.
about the Mujahideen.
Show us a video.
Big up to Vida, my G.
Show us a video.
It's out there. No, I'm not going to show the video.
Exactly, man. So, you want to tell these people, like, forget about this, that, and the other.
No.
wanna
You're
tell the
picking
Jews
it
to
up
forget
wrong,
about
right,
their shit, man.
Velle. You're picking it up wrong.
Wait.
I'm
No, not what you
pointing
said,
out
Wendy.
David
Wendy,
Was
not
it
what
you
Lammy.
you
not
said.
boycotting yesterday? Hold on a minute.
David Lammy
Was it you
was
not
making
boycotting
a whole.
yesterday?
Oh, man,
Who?
the block's too strong for the boycotts, man. It's to forget about boycotting.
What I
nowadays.
said until Velle gets his senses back.
Where's your
Think we've
boycott
lost
on?
his senses.
I can't behave yourself, man.
Right, listen. I'm saying David Lammy has made a whole career out of going on about reparations,
Yeah, we agreed with that.
compensation. He gets into power. He goes over there with Starmer, and 56 other countries want to talk about it. Him and Starmer say, no, we're not talking about it.